Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Just perfect today on Big Talk. We've got Big Dan.
Thank you.
Big Dan. Dan Harris is here. He is known as Big Dan, and he is from St. Louis. I'm glad he's been able to take time out this morning to come over and join us. Again, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My name is Bruce Dickey. This is June 1st, Monday, June 1st, and like I tell folks every time I'm doing the show right now, Dan, this is if you're watching this at some other time than June 1st, pay attention to what your current health department regulations are regarding shelter in place and regarding masking and social distancing and all that stuff. Pay attention to what your local folks are telling you, because they've got your best interests in heart. You agree wholeheartedly, don't you? Wholeheartedly, exactly. Big Dan and I are going to talk about all kinds of different things today. He works in St. Louis. He's from Wayne County, from Fairfield boy, and we're going to talk about UK basketball a little bit. We're going to give the postmortem for Eddie Sutton. Mm-hmm. God bless him.
God bless him. Recently passed. Yeah.
Poor guy. Eddie Sutton is recently passed. We'll talk about him. We're going to talk about St. Louis. We're going to talk about high school. He is a high school sports aficionado. We'll talk a little bit about the old NEC, a little bit about the BDC, and all kinds of different things here on Big Talk. What is going on around the area today? Not too doggone much, as we're just entering the month of June. Beautiful week this week. Try to get out and enjoy it over the weekend. I took the top off the Jeep and just had a ball. Just had a great time. But this, if you are wondering what the June 1st is, this is National Olive Day. Well, it's not 2017, but it's a picture from 2000. Do you like olives, Dan?
I'm not usually a big olive guy.
Me neither. National Olive Day on June 1st each year celebrates one of the world's oldest fruits. The olive is part of a traditional mesa tapas culinary experience that brings families and friends around the table rather than in the kitchen, sharing time together. Another symbol we receive from this delicious fruit is the olive branch, as a symbol of peace, hope, love, and friendship, and we could always use more of that right now. It's another excellent reason to celebrate the day and acknowledge the joy this little fruit provides. Actually, those are a couple of some fancy olives up there. I personally am, like you say, I like olives and Bloody Marys, and that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, I don't think I really like olives too much anything. I know some people like it on pizza.
Yeah, why would anybody ruin a pizza by putting olives on it?
You know, the way I feel about pizza is, it's there. It's going to be a junk food anyway. Why are you putting all this other stuff on it?
Yeah.
Just make it a pizza.
Yeah, make it a pizza, for crying out loud. You don't need olives. And then you got these weird pimentos, for crying out loud.
I'm fine with trying to pull a bunch of cheeses on there. You know, you can go crazy with cheeses, but olives, anchovies, all that stuff, a little much.
I couldn't tell you I couldn't agree any further. Olive Day was founded in 2015. What else? What other days do we celebrate today? This is National Say Something Nice Day. National Say Something Nice Day. We have an opportunity to make June 1st extra pleasant for everyone. The purpose of this holiday is to counteract bullying and the lack of civility and common courtesy that is growing in today's world. Hopefully, the practice of saying something nice today will continue into tomorrow and all the time. So that's Mayor Keith Summey of North Charleston, South Carolina, proclaimed June 1st as National Say Something Nice Day in 2006 in recognition of the communication efforts of specialist Dr. Mitch Carnell, the founder of the day. Carnell is also the author of Say Something Nice, Be a Lifter at Work. The Southern Baptist Convention and the Charleston Atlantic Presbytery joined with Carnell to establish the day. So there you go. If you're going to say something nice, what would you say something nice to me right now, Dan?
Well, number one, I appreciate you having me on here. and I always appreciated you.
Say you enjoy the show.
I really enjoy the show. Really, I've watched a lot of episodes of it, so I'm giving you the views that you need.
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated your friendship and mentorship.
There you go.
Broadcast.
Oh, I would say I've always thought that when I used to work with Dan back in an earlier life, always a joy and a pleasure to work with and hang out with outside of work. So that's really cool. So we're saying nice things. Isn't that? Don't you feel better?
I feel great now. I was feeling really good before because it's a great day. Yeah, now I feel great.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there we are. We're glad to lift everybody up. Exactly right. This is, another way we're going to lift people up. This is National Hazelnut Cake Day. June 1st is also a day to spend some time in the kitchen baking up a delicious hazelnut cake as you take part in National Hazelnut Cake Day, as we call hazelnuts by a variety of names, including filberts, cob nuts, and pontics. I don't know, I've never heard pontic or cob nut for that matter. In North America, they are native to the Midwest, North and Southeastern United States and Canada. These sweet and buttery nuts complement a variety of recipes, as that's why they go so well in a cake all their own. So take some time today, make a little bit of make a hazelnut cake, and that will make your day move along so much better.
Is hazelnut what the Nutella spread's made out of? Is that right?
I believe that is correct. I think Nutella is. Do you enjoy Nutella's ice or peanut butter with hazelnut cream?
I think I've had it before. It's delicious. There's a lot of spreads out there that are good, and I've enjoyed my fair share. So it's good. So that's my experience.
I've never had Nutella. I've never enjoyed Nutella.
Yeah, if you put it on like a bagel or something like that, it's a pretty good little treat. Anything you think you could put peanut butter on, you could probably put Nutella on.
Really? Just makes a little different flavor.
It's a little different. Just makes it a little kind of chocolatey, but not really.
That's cool.
But it's a good flavor.
There you go. Make that as part of your day here on National Hazelnut Cake Day. Watson Wabash Korean Baseball Organization going to be going again today, I believe at 2:30 this afternoon on ESPN. And plus, check out America's Days at the Races. They start about noon on Fox Sports 2, Channel 219. We're going to talk about a wide variety of subjects. That's Dan Harris. I'm Bruce Dickey. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, and we'll be back right after this. Please do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It won't always be new. It won't always be clean. It won't always be flawless. But it'll always be yours. So how do you know it'll be protected? To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, take simple steps today. At Country Financial, when you're ready to start, we're ready to help. With auto insurance.
See me, Alex Atwood in Sisney, for your insurance and financial needs.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Established in 1945 by farmers and folks like you, the primary goal of South Central FS has always been to improve the profitability of farming. And with a focus on service and safety, FS Propane is committed to keeping your system and appliances running efficiently. FS is a local full-service propane company offering you expert tank installation and system maintenance, as well as dedicated seasonal service. So when it comes to managing your propane needs, look to the experts. Look to South Central FS. Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Dan Harris is here. I've got him on the screen there as a high school sports aficionado. That would,
as I'm known to be,
that would qualify, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I would think so.
I was a pop culture czar before.
See, now that's the thing.
I've been a lot of things.
That's the thing. I'm not. I was going to call you the pop culture czar, but you're not really the pop culture czar of Wayne County anymore.
No, because I don't live here anymore.
I know.
I think that's the. And I probably am not the pop culture czar of St. Louis. Just there's too many people.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, I'm still probably pretty good.
So you're in the court.
Yeah.
Of the czar.
Right. You're in the know for sure.
You're lady in waiting of the pop culture czar.
Sure. Yeah.
What? Okay, you bring that up.
Yeah.
Do you still? The reason I called Dan, and I lovingly called Dan the pop culture czar of Wayne County, because he would come to my show, and he would talk about you would talk about the different games that were popular at the time,
yeah,
as well as the different movies. You are
stuff like that. Yeah.
You are one of the. You were one of the first people that I knew of that saw this Marvel universe coming. And thought it was going to be a big deal, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the first movie came out, which would be the Iron Man movie a long time ago. You know, you could start to see dollar signs because that came out in like 2008.
Right.
And I was in college, and it was just no, I mean, not the pun, but it was a marvel. It really was.
Yeah.
And
it was a different
than what you'd seen from superhero movies.
Right.
You know, when I was growing up, you just saw like the Batmans.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple Superman movies that weren't like the old ones with Christopher Reeve were great.
Right.
But then the Brandon Routh ones and stuff like that. You know, people didn't think it could go mainstream unless it was Batman or Superman. But then they completely changed the game because they made this whole connection of universe of like 20 films, and they
mapped it all out in like 15 years ago.
Right.
How the films were going to go, didn't they?
Having that one constant person at the top of that, I think Kevin Feige is the top person of that, who was able to keep the direction going, was so important. You know, now they've moved on to their secondary phase, which they're going to introduce, you know, new characters, and some of the side ones that were in the Infinity Saga will be pulled to the forefront.
Really? Like whom?
You know, you're going to see more Black Panther. You see Spider-Man involved more because he's still a young character in that universe. And then you'll see replacements. Essentially, you won't see Chris Evans as Iron Man or as Captain America anymore.
Chris Evans is gone from the series now, and as is Robert Downey Jr. Right.
Right. So
but I was kind of surprised, since those two have been taken off, that Scarlett Johansson is still going to be involved, or at least in one more movie, right?
Right. She has her movie that was supposed to be out already.
Yeah.
So they got pushed back. I think it's like September, October, somewhere around there. Like a lot of movies did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she got her prequel made here. Her character has a fantastic backstory as well, getting into the Cold War stuff and things like that. Yeah, I mean, this may be her last little bit, but I mean, there's still stories to be told from not concerning the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and all that stuff. They could do that forever.
Is Thor gone?
I don't know. No, he has another movie coming out.
Oh, he does?
Yes, he has another movie coming out. They're going. It's called Thor. I think it's Love and Thunder. Natalie Portman's coming back for that.
Oh, really?
And I believe
She was in this last movie, right?
she was
the end game.
She was a little bit in there as like a flashback sequence.
Okay.
But she essentially, the power of Thor can be transferred to people, and they haven't really gotten into that too much. So I think she's going to be getting the power of Thor and like the flight and using the hammer and all that stuff and the armor, all that stuff.
Okay, so it started out with Iron Man. The first segment of it,
Right?
The first segment of the Avengers, and it ended with the final one, the Ultimate Avenger movie, Endgame. And so that one's done. Of the 9 movies in that, right? You had the Thor movies, you had the 3 Iron Man movies,
The
you had
Captain America
had the
movies.
Captain American movies.
There's been 2 Spider-Man movies.
And then you had the Ant-Man also.
Yeah.
So
Black
there were probably
Panther,
more like 12 or 15.
Yeah, there's like 15, 20 movies, roughly.
What would you put as the top? Give me your top like 3 or 5 movies of the Avengers universe.
Of the Avengers universe, I'm going to say in no particular order, because like Captain America Winter Soldier is one of the better ones. I think that could just stand alone.
Okay, which one is Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Is that the one where he battles like
he battles
the
Bucky, his former best friend.
Bucky,
best
who
friend.
has like the steel arm or something like that.
Right, who becomes the Winter Soldier.
Right.
That was really good. I thought Civil War was really good.
See, now Civil War I haven't seen.
The ensemble movies I really enjoyed. I during the quarantine stuff, obviously we have downtime, so I've rewatched most of them.
Did you really?
I mean, several of them, yeah.
Dan, there's plenty of other fish in the sea, man.
I've watched a lot of things. There's a lot of downtime. I watched a lot of TV series.
So Winter Soldier would be in your top 5. We're going to give me your top 5.
Winter Soldier would
You're
be
not giving me an order.
Thor Ragnarok was fantastic.
Okay.
That movie was hilarious and entertaining through and through.
Was that the one with his brother or something like that? Or
yeah, it was with Loki and Jeff Goldblum was in there.
Yeah.
That was really good. Endgame, just the last 2 movies that went together, I would consider one like 6-hour saga essentially. Those were a perfect completion of that story arc. Other standalones, the very first Iron Man 2 was really, really good.
All right, let me ask this question. As someone who is probably, of all those 15 or 20 movies, I like to consider myself culturally literate. However, I never really got into the Marvel stuff. I've seen Iron Man. I think I saw Iron Man 2, and I saw I saw the Captain, the Winter Soldier, and I saw the other Captain America, the one where the first started.
Yeah, the first Avenger.
The first Avenger, and I haven't seen pretty much any other. If I was going to jump in, or if I wanted to, should I watch the final the 2 movies that end it? Or should I start somewhere else and then watch a bunch of other things before I watch? Well, I guess my question is, could I watch the last 6-hour movie
right
without having seen the rest of it?
You could. I think a lot of context would be lost. I mean, I think you could still go watch that and understand the overarching point and story of things.
Yeah.
I think if you just watch the ensemble cast movies, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and then the final 2, you could get the gist of everything.
Okay.
Now, the other movies fill in the blanks for why these people do these certain actions, why they act this way, why this MacGuffin device is here, stuff like that. I mean, not all of their movies are winners. There are the second Thor movie is not very good. The third Iron Man movie I did not think was that.
Is that the Mickey Rourke one?
No, the Mickey Rourke one's number 2.
Okay.
The third Iron Man movie is with, and I forget his name. He was the same guy from Memento.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce. He was the villain in that one.
I've seen. I saw about the first half an hour of that, and I quit watching.
Right.
It just didn't. It seemed like they were going over old ground.
Right. I mean, the Mandarin is a fantastic villain, and I think they're going to build up to him eventually. But I don't think they did it right that way. But I digress.
Thanos as a villain. Did he have any personality much at all, or was he a good villain?
I mean,
he's terrifically powerful, but
right, like, you know, there are several villains that should have gotten more play.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch Black Panther?
No, I want to. That's supposed to be outstanding.
Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger villain in that was one of the best villains they've had, and I wish they would have done more with him.
Yeah.
Now, James Spader as Ultron, he has a great voice for that, and Ultron never goes away, so they could always bring him back, no problem.
I take it back. I did see Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was really good.
I thought Doctor Strange was a good movie.
Really good movie.
I thought, and he comes back in the when the Avengers all come together too, right?
Yep, in the Infinity War and then the Endgame one. Yep.
I'll be doggone. I tell you what, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. The culture czar, Dan Harris, is here. How about we call you the? We'll call you the culture prince of St. Louis.
That's fine. That'll work.
That'll work. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'll be back with Dan Harris right after this. Stick around.
At Back & Body Works Chiropractic, we help you feel better naturally. We can help your whole family from newborns to the elderly. We offer auriculotherapy for smoking cessation and appetite control. We use acupuncture to improve health and well-being in the mind and body. We offer high-quality herbal supplements for adults and children, as well as CBD oil. We also offer exercise classes for women of every age, size, and fitness level. Stop by and see us on the square in Louisville.
Call my mommy.
I'm a bunch of wind, and just like your stomach after that strip mall sushi, I'm a bit unpredictable. Let's redecorate. What's the matter, Tanya? I thought you loved being spontaneous. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, I might break the bank too. So get Allstate.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Salem, call Brandy Drink Pool.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. There we go. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I've got Dan Harris here from St. Louis, and we are talking about a wide variety of subjects. He's the culture's prince of St. Louis. And all right, so you're talking about all these Age of Ultron stuff. What's the best? You see a lot of the stuff that comes out. Maybe not all of it, but what's the best? What's the best? What's your favorite movie of the past year? Say since the final Avengers came out. I should have warned you. I was going to ask you that, but the question just entered my head, so I couldn't really warn you.
Well, there's going to be my favorite's going to be different from good.
See, that's the way you're the culture's on. This is fine.
So like. I am such a huge Godzilla person.
Okay.
When I was younger, I used to watch all the old, I think
Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah, all the black and white
versus
stuff.
Mothra.
That's all I used to rent from the old Circus Video.
Yeah.
And I used to rent those all over. So the latest Godzilla movie that came out last summer, I saw it in the big IMAX theater in Chesterfield. I had so much fun enjoying that because that's probably nostalgia mixed in there.
Was that Bryan Cranston?
That was the first one because there was two. So they're building a new monster universe with this Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
They've done two Godzilla movies, and now there's going to be a Godzilla versus King Kong.
I thought King Kong dies.
No, he didn't die at the end of that.
He had died at the end. See, now that's why I didn't go to see Skull Island, because I thought King Kong was going to die in it.
He's king.
Well, he dies in King Kong. That's why I never watch King Kong movies, because he always dies.
No, that's
I get depressed. They've treated this gigantic ape horribly, and then he ends up falling off a building.
I mean, Skull Island goes kind of a completely different direction than the previous King Kong movies, where they try to catch him and all that stuff.
See,
completely different. Really good.
I wish I'd have known that before. Well, I'm glad to know.
Watch it. I'd recommend watching it.
Now that's okay. I will. What was the Godzilla movie last summer?
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. Okay. Now you do realize Perry Mason was in the first Godzilla. Raymond Burr was he was basically the American. Who discovered Godzilla in Japan?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember watching because they'd all be dubbed.
Yeah.
Of course, it was Toho Studios, I believe, that did all of them. And I mean, I watched the Mothra, the son of Godzilla, the Monster Island, the Mecha Godzilla.
Are you able to play as many games as you used to be a big gamer? Do you still do? Are you able to do that as much as you used to do? How about what is it? I know Red Dead Redemption came out recently, and I think number 2 has come out, right?
Red Dead Redemption came out probably 10-ish years ago.
Yeah.
And the second one came out in 2018.
Do you get into those?
Yes. Those are fantastic story playing games.
Do you prefer the story playing games to the the World of Warcraft?
I do. Right now, probably the biggest game in the world is Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
Number one, because it's free.
Yeah.
Because you can download
Myers Leonard plays it.
Yeah, I play it with all of my friends when we all get off work.
Yeah.
Do our normal 9 to 5s, and then we get online. I mean, it's a good place. Gaming is so much different than it used to be, like in the 90s or 80s. It's a place to talk with your friends and things now too, especially during quarantine.
Because your friends aren't there.
Right.
Your friends aren't there. You're contacting your friends through the game.
Right, and it's a fun first-person shooter that it's quick and it can be a little repetitive, but almost nothing is the same each time you're going in there with a squad of people to be the last one standing. So games that and Fortnite, stuff like that. Those free.
What's Fortnite?
Fortnite is.
See, I've heard of Fortnite. I know it's tremendously popular, but I don't know what it is.
I never got into it.
What's the plot?
It's a first-person shooter or third-person shooter, so that means you can see your person. First person is where the screen is your view.
Oh, okay.
Like how we view the world.
Yeah.
Third person is where you can see
you see your guy and you can see him going
right. And
your avatar. I guess
it's a third-person shooter. Which means you have a gun. It's kind of more cartoony, but it's another free game you can download on Xbox, PlayStation, computer, whatever you game on, and then you just link up all around the world and you play matches. You play matches over and over and over, and you try to be the last team or individual standing, and that's the general gist of it.
What's the best sports game going right now?
For me personally, it's still going to be Madden or the NBA 2K.
Yeah. See, there are people who beef. I saw somebody. I guess EA Sports just got just signed an extension with the NFL this week for like another 5 years, and I saw some people beefing about that because they didn't think EA was doing as good a job as they should be with it.
Madden's good. Now EA, the thing I have about EA is they don't make the college games anymore, and those were my favorite.
Yeah.
Trying to get a ragtag, small Division I team to go to the NCAA tournament, or building through recruiting a small school. And NCAA football was one of the most fun things I've ever done. But they just can't get, with all the licensing stuff and things that go with NCAA, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen for a while.
That's just messed up. Okay, well now tell me, do you prefer tell me about the story games? I mean, I mentioned Red Dead Redemption. That's where you're basically a cowboy.
Yeah. So
did you play to the end of that? Did you win? Did you win your money, or did you get killed? How many times did you get killed?
It happens. So like the story-driven games.
Did you starve to death or anything like that?
No. And in Red Dead, not to give the plot away too much, but eventually you just get sick. You catch tuberculosis, and eventually you play a different character at the very end of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's a very deep game. There's a lot of things that you can do that's not repetitive. There's a lot of there's so many different interactions and things that you can have, and it's just really joyful to do. But just most of these story-driven games, they really are just so... They're not, I wouldn't call them a game. They're almost like you're living out a movie experience.
Right.
So that's what I really enjoy about them, because they're 40-hour movies. You're putting 40 hours of game time into these to go through this, a couple hours a night.
That's just fascinating to me and you're putting 40 hours in, but you could put more than that. I mean, if you get killed early or something.
Right, you could put
then you have to restart, right? Or do you start at the same spot?
You have save points, and there's, the best thing about games like Red Dead or like Grand Theft Autos, they're made by the same company, which makes so much money off of them. And there's no linear way to do it. You can do whatever you want. You can go do the side missions. You can go get collectibles. You can just ride around and never complete the story if you don't want to.
A few months ago, I, for the first time, did a friend of mine had bought one of those $300 VR type of things.
Yeah.
And I put the thing on and basically rode I rode the coal car. Or something, and those are amazing. And then went skiing on the thing.
Right.
Those are amazing. Is that gonna are the story movies or Call of Duty movies? Are they going to go that direction, the VR direction, or is that something that is going to be in and of itself?
One thing I saw for a while was TVs were constantly getting bigger.
Yeah.
You can get an 80-inch TV for not that much money. I say not that much money.
Less than $1,000.
Right. And eventually, I feel like it's going to go that way. Like, your home theater experience isn't going to be, you sitting there watching a TV with a surround sound.
Right.
It's going to be you with headphones on that give you surround sound better than what you could have, because they could be noise canceling.
Right.
And then you're going to be immersed.
And you don't need the 80-inch TV for that.
Right. So, like your entertainment room doesn't need to be like that necessarily. Now, I mean, the trick is with motion sickness and how people can get way too into them.
I about fell out of a chair.
Exactly.
I was skiing.
Right.
I was skiing, and I hit a mogul or something, and I just thought I about fell out of my chair. I was astonished.
It's too
I was
real.
astonished at how real this thing was.
And they're only going to get better as resolutions get better, because you're seeing like 4K resolutions, 8K resolutions are out there. There's stuff. There's 12 and 20K for like digital cameras and stuff already.
Wow.
So those are going to really, they'll get to here eventually. When? I don't know. But I think that's the way it goes. It just makes it, you can't make a screen the size of your room.
Right.
Because projectors are still very popular to do your home theater experience, unless you're spending, $20,000.
Thousands and thousands.
It's still not going to be as clear as a TV, right? It's not going to be as bright. So why not just put something on you to where you can see everything and you can look around and
it's amazing.
Look at everything.
It's wild. Folks, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, the culture prince of St. Louis. Dan Harris is here, and we are going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about what he does over there in the 9 to 5 that he mentioned, as well as what's going on, how they're dealing with Corona, and we're going to eventually talk sports. I promise. I promise you we will. You're watching Big Talk. Back right after this. Stick around.
Are you needing to advertise or promote your business or special event? At Meager Sign and Graphics, they can print and install laminated vinyl on all sizes of metal, PVC, and plastic sign material. Meager's offers all types of vinyl options with professional installation on your vehicles, walls, and windows, or just about anything else you would like to be personalized. Meager's also offers all sizes of PVC and mesh banners. Meager's is now able to offer LED message centers. Stop in or call Kevin Blank or Danny King at Meager Sign and Graphics for all your lettering and advertising needs.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome to Zinc Building Center. My dad and Ryan work here. They sell lumber, paint, doors, windows, plumbing, electrical, and much more. Oh yeah, they sell guns too. Zinc Building Center on Route 45 and Louisville. It's a cool place.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My guest today is Dan Harris. He lives over in the Soulard area of St. Louis. Now, tell me about the Soulard neighborhood of St. Louis. Is that a lot of fun?
It is. It's the historic district of St. Louis. It's where there's a lot of older buildings down there. The earlier
restaurants.
There's restaurants, bars, shops. The Budweiser Brewery is right down the road from me.
Young crowd.
Youngish crowd. I guess depending on the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably right around my age.
You're 30 now, a little
32,
over.
Yeah.
Are you beginning to be one of the older people in the area, or
not really? You don't see like the college crowd like you don't see like a bunch of like 19 and 21 year olds,
right,
and stuff like that. But I mean, there's probably still you still see folks all ranges.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it depends on the bar you go to if you're doing that on
Or
a
the
Friday,
restaurant or
Saturday,
whatever.
Sunday. Yeah, whatever if you're doing patio stuff, or there's a dog bar by me, which is really neat.
Wait a minute. What's a dog bar?
So it's called the Dog House of Soulard.
Okay.
And it's a bar that you can bring your dog to, specifically.
Okay.
And they have a big outdoor area for all the dogs to run around with, and it's all like turf, and there's water bowls, and there's
How have I not heard of this?
I don't know how you have it.
I mean, I go to the Cat's Meow, and they don't have cats in there.
They have a Great Dane meetup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a group for all the Great Dane owners. But we would go down there just to sit there and look at dogs and pet the dogs and drink and have a good time.
How do I not know that they have this Great Dane meetup, for crying out loud?
I see them all over. There's so many dogs in Soulard. There's a dog park next to it. It's really nice.
Where's this?
It's in the middle of Soulard. If you know where like Mission Taco or Llewellyn's or stuff like that is, it's around that area.
You moved over to St. Louis to begin working for the company called Square.
I started in Edwardsville in 2015 working for Best Buy.
Yeah.
And then I moved. Then I got a job at Square in 2018, and then I moved into St. Louis.
Do you miss the blue jackets, the blue vests?
No. I don't miss working in retail.
Okay.
I miss some of the people. I'm still friends and contacts with them. I do miss being on the forefront of technology. Yeah. But I don't miss selling.
Tell me a little bit about what Square does, because this is one of those companies from, like, it's a Silicon Valley type of company,
right?
And people think, well, I thought they were all Silicon Valley. Why are they in St. Louis? What's going on?
So the owner of Square is Jack Dorsey.
Okay, he's the Twitter owner.
He also owns Twitter. He founded Square with one of his friends who wanted to sell artwork to another friend, and he didn't have, and it was expensive. It was like $9,000. He's like, how do I give you $9,000? And this was back in like 2008.
If I don't want to write a check.
Right. I just want to, like, do this, get credit card, whatever, And they're like, well, there needs to be a way. There wasn't like Venmo or Cash App and things like that to just transfer money from bank account to bank account. So they developed this little Square tool that you could plug into your phone or a tablet. You download an app. Completely free, besides like per transaction. Yeah. They just charge a small percentage fee. And you can just run your business that way. Like I could get started on since I've obviously been there, I could get started on a Square account in under a minute. Essentially, like just putting an email address, my information, and then I download the app, and then I'm good to go.
See, the first time I saw this, I think was at Anthony's here in Florida. Anthony's Wild West Fallout Saloon, and they basically at this point, every time you went to a restaurant, the poor old waitress would have to, she'd take your money, you have to go back to the cash register, and then come back, and there was all kinds of rigmarole. She had to do it 2 or 3 times because you were, you had to figure out what your tip was, and she's going back and forth 2 or 3 times. Square takes all that out, doesn't it?
Yeah, they help make it simpler. Yeah. I mean, if you have a device, there's multiple different devices you can have. They have an all-in-one terminal where you don't have to use your phone. Has a receipt printer built in right to it. Yeah. They can do contactless payments. You can set up a whole register system, and and it's not like you're renting to own equipment. You're not doing anything of that sort. It's just a really easy process. Like if you're starting a business and you're waiting on, an internet line and a card machine, like everybody's seen thousands of times, you can get started with an iPad or an iPhone
and get
or
going.
An Android phone. Yeah,
and just boom, you're started.
Right, and there's just so many different features and things that it offers that it's a very handy thing for businesses.
What do you do there?
So I do tech support mostly. Talk to people on the phone, talk to them on email, help them out with any sort of issues they're having, ranging from literal technical issues with their hardware to stuff in their account.
You seem like you really enjoy it.
I do. It's a really good company. They have some of the best benefits I've ever seen.
Did the I guess Jack Dorsey being from St. Louis kind of helped them get the company back there to St. Louis?
Right. So
even though he formed it in San Francisco.
Started it in San Francisco, brought it back to his hometown, and now St. Louis is trying to become one of the tech hubs, just because Silicon Valley stuff like that, it's too expensive.
Too expensive.
To rent, to hire, because you have to pay people more out there just to get them in your door. And so Square's not the only company in St. Louis that, is a tech company. Microsoft's getting more stuff over here.
When you started at Square, how many people were working there in St. Louis?
About 500.
And now it's going to pretty soon.
It's about 700 right now. We also we're going to expand.
Yeah, tell me where you're going.
So we're moving to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch building eventually.
The PD just moved to another place downtown.
They moved to a different building, so we're going to we're moving to that. We took over the whole building.
You're going to be spending all your time in the Missouri Bar and Grill, aren't you?
Probably.
Missouri Bar and Grill is that's where all the columnists go. They used to go, but I don't know if they do. They may still do that.
It's actually only 5 minutes from my house, my apartment. So I'm pretty excited. It's really easy, but they're renovating the whole thing. I can't go into a lot of detail about it, but it's supposed to blow Google's office out of the water with all the stuff they have.
Well, being down there in St. Louis, you've got the same people who built the City Museum nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the guy who built it's dead, but the other designers are still there. It's got to be. It's going to be relatively, I would think, eye-opening.
Right.
I know you can't. You're not going into it.
I can't go into all the stuff.
But it's going to be cool. Let's put it that way. Is it going to be cool?
Yeah, it's going to be very cool.
That's what I wanted to hear. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back. We are going to talk sports. When we come back, this is Dan Harris. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey, and we'll be back. Wrap things up right after this word. Stick around.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Are you tired of searching high and low in those big chain stores to find what you need and deserve some royal treatment? Come to the King, Rural King in Salem. The friendly folks at Rural King will never leave you searching for those hard-to-find items on your list. Farm, home, sporting, automotive, and clothing. Oh, and did I mention we also have everything else, along with all the quality brands that you deserve. Salem Rural King is a proud retailer of the steel product line. Your searching is over when you know the King, Rural King in Salem.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Big Dan Harris. And Dan Harris is like I said, a high school sports aficionado, and mainly with the Fairfield High School. You were a manager on the basketball team. You kept stats for the basketball guys. You played football in the early 90s, played in both the NEC and the Black Diamond Conference. I must ask the question, not counting Fairfield players.
Right.
Who is the best football player you ever saw or played against or in high school?
In high school, probably the best team we went against would be probably my junior year Carmi squad.
Oh, really?
When they had Kevin Wolf and that whole they were the same age I was. That class of Keegan Dennis and Mark Healy and Chase Kittinger, Carl Torrey.
Chase Kittinger was outstanding.
Yeah, and then Dennis went and played baseball at Evansville and got drafted.
Yeah.
Tyler Choate, who was a good basketball player and baseball player, played at Carbondale. They just had such good athletes. It pains me to say that.
I got to tell you, I would have never considered you to say a Carmi. Yeah,
I played against personally because my freshman year we were still in the NEC and we played Flora twice.
Yeah.
We played Red Hill. We played Newton. We played Mount Carmel in a terrible storm. We played Salem.
That was a good time.
We had a kid got stuck in the mud, and we had to get him out because his face mask was stuck and he couldn't breathe down at the snake pit.
What? You're kidding me.
Yeah, it was a dog pile type situation, and he just got stuck and he couldn't get up because the field was so wet and muddy. But it wasn't lightning; it was just rain, and you know how the snake pit gets.
Snake pit gets a little full.
But I would, in the Black Diamond. Kyle Baker was a really good running back my sophomore year from Johnson City.
Yeah. Who's the best basketball player?
Best basketball player? Brandon Childs, probably from Cairo. The first year they were in there.
That was when Cairo went number one in state.
Right.
They were ranked number one for a little while.
Right. If you're just counting Black Diamond, yeah, for sure. Childs was very good. El Dorado had a couple of good guys.
Lane Hamilton or whatever his name was.
Isaiah Cunningham was really good. Yeah. William Carmichael, that squad was very good.
There's it was announced Friday that Chester is going to have a meeting on the 19th, I think, of June, to leave the Black Diamond Conference and go into a new Cahokia Conference, which Salem's in the Cahokia, but I think Chester would be on the they aren't going to play against Salem.
No.
They'll be in the smaller division.
They're trying to create three divisions.
Three division team, right.
Small, medium, large.
Right. And I think they'd be in the medium. Salem would remain in the large.
Right.
And with the presumption that Chester is going to go.
Right.
You got to figure that somebody is going to be invited to the Black Diamond.
Sure.
And you know that there are two schools out there who have applied or have been discussing applying to the Black Diamond for years. Mount Carmel and Flora.
Right.
And with only one opening, who do you? This is we're all just speculating here. Sure. We don't know beans from apple butter.
Right.
We're speculating. Swag. Who's going to be? Who would be better for the Black Diamond?
I feel like Flora would be. I know Mount Carmel. I know their population at their school is down from what they would be. From a competitive standpoint, I think you'd want Mount Carmel in there from just a completely athletic sense of things because they've been so good in football and basketball and baseball and other things like that and other sports. That would be some tough travel times I mean, it's going to be tough travel times for anyone. They're going to be like Flora or Mount Carmel would be a far school for the Johnson cities and things like that.
El Dorado.
Right. And Flora is so, and I mean, I think either one would be good, but I think Flora would fit in better with like all the other schools. I wouldn't mind Mount Carmel being there either, but I don't know how much they would like it. I would say
they got to get in somewhere.
They got to get in somewhere, but I just don't know how much they would like it.
The districts collapsing in Illinois really put Mount Carmel behind the eight ball.
They did,
and they've got to get in a conference, and I guess they could get in the Little Illini then. Maybe
right.
if Flora gets out.
If Flora gets out, they could go right into the Little Illini. Then they would have Robinson, Olney,
Marshall,
Casey right there, that they can just go up and play. That would make more sense to me, at least logistically, for Mount Carmel to do. So if that Florida domino falls, then they could go right into that, going up. What is that? 130 to go play everybody's to go play everybody.
Yeah.
And Newton and Robinson and Olney, they're all like around the same size as Mount Carmel too, and then they'd be back in Illinois.
And then they'd be in the same conference with Lawrenceville and Red Hill again.
Right.
Who wanted out because of Mount Carmel?
Right. Who wanted?
This is going to be a tricky next few months.
Yeah, it's almost like they shouldn't have broken up the NEC or something.
It makes you wonder about that. Yeah, weird how that works. Last week, you've been a Kentucky fan your entire life. Kentucky basketball fan.
I've been a Kentucky football fan.
Kentucky football too.
I've made the decision to go all in on Kentucky.
Did you really?
I did that a couple years back when they hired Joker Phillips, which did not go great.
No.
Then they hired Mark Stoops, and it's been better.
Mark Stoops is doing well.
So we're essentially a football school now. And
so it must have really torn you up then as a Packer fan when the wide receiver just signed elsewhere.
Randall Cobb?
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, I wasn't like pumped about that. I thought he would have been a good third for Aaron Rodgers.
Randall Cobb is a former quarterback from Kentucky.
And wide receiver and running back.
And did it all.
He did everything
He did it all.
Right.
One of the best college players Kentucky's ever had.
For sure.
Yeah.
But he's getting paid somewhere. Got to get your money when you can.
Yeah.
I understand it's not in Green Bay, but we still have Zadarius Smith. He's a Packer. He's a former Wildcat.
You had to be disappointed. I guess this is something a Kentucky fan gets used to every year. You bring in new players every year because your guys will typically leave, won't they? In basketball. Now.
In basketball, yeah. It's
I mean, Maxie's gone, isn't he?
Maxie's gone. Ashton Hagens, we lost our pretty much entire starting five.
Yeah.
Richards, Maxey, Montgomery, Hagens.
It's such a shame we didn't get an NCAA tournament.
It is.
Because Maxey is such a joy to watch.
They were really starting to find who they were as a team, and Nick Richards had such an improvement this year from last year. I'm excited about the new guys. We got the number one recruiting class. We hadn't had number one in a while. We hadn't had a top 5 guy in a while, but we got that in B.J. Boston, who played on the Sierra Canyon team, which had LeBron James's oldest son on there. So I got to watch a bunch of his high school games because they put those on ESPN.
What year is LeBron James' kids? Is junior now?
He is a freshman.
He's a freshman.
And
he was playing on that team.
Yes, he was.
The rich get richer, I tell you.
Yeah, what. He's definitely his own ball player. He's probably about 6'3". His dad.
He's not going to be as tall as LeBron.
I mean, he's still growing.
Is he?
He's only 15.
He might.
So we don't know. He definitely plays more of a guard position right now. LeBron was like 6'4" his freshman year, and then got up to 6'9" where he is now.
Were you a Kentucky fan while Joe B was still coach, or are you too young for that?
I'm too young for that. I was born in '87.
So the first coach you remember is Eddie Sutton.
The first coach I remember is Pitino.
Oh, so Eddie Sutton was already gone.
Eddie Sutton was gone before, the year
Pitino.
after I was born.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but
wow.
So I remember.
See, now I feel tremendously old.
I was born in '87.
I'm 2 decades older than you.
I mean, I just remember all the stuff with the money bag and all that stuff with him. And that's what will be remembered by, unfortunately, at Kentucky. But they did a lot of good things with him there. With the Kenny Skywalker teams. Yeah. And they went to like a Final Four too.
I got to tell you, Dan, I was going to talk Kentucky basketball with you for the next hour, but I've run out of time. We've got I've got 5 seconds. Who's your favorite Kentucky basketball player? Real quick.
Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson, good choice. He's all right. Folks, thanks very much for tuning in today, and we will see you tomorrow on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. That's Dan Harris. I'm Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.